So I was doing a little searching, and there I found this list of anti-abortion lies, according to Planned Parenthood and their defenders. So these are the lies that are perpetuated by people like yourself to, to perpetuate your agenda, your selfish, disgusting agenda of wanting to not kill babies. So you want to take some of these lies on?
Got it. Let's do it.
Okay. Get ready, because this is black belt level.
I'm shaking in my boots over here, guys.
Okay.
My bare feet boots that I'm sitting in my kitchen with, but.
So this is a quote. The quote is, one of the lies is that women having abortions are just careless hussies. I like the way they use the word hussy.
Wait a minute. So they're saying that we say this, or they're saying
and
that?
that's a lie that is used. And then it says, it quotes, it says 51% of abortions are to women who were using contraception, 59% are to women who are already mothers, 75% are to poor and low-income women. Now, I don't know how those women can't also be careless hussies, but...
I'm not sure how that all connects, but I will say this. Yeah, I mean, abortion advocates, pro-abortion advocates pointing that out only shows that the whole setup of Planned Parenthood is to commit more abortions. I mean, they hand out all this birth control and they say, look, we're saving lives. What they're actually doing is relying on the fact that birth control fails. And half of the women who have abortions, like you just said that statistic, it's from Planned Parenthood and Scoopmaker Institute. Mm-hmm. Half of the women who have abortions, they were on a form of birth control in the month that they got pregnant. So it's not that they're not using birth control, it's that birth control has a failure rate. And that's why Planned Parenthood has a steady stream of clients to kill, so that they can kill children and profit off of the blood of children. I mean, that is a horrific statistic that just proves their business model is designed for more killing.
One topic that has been brought up a lot lately is partial birth abortion, or even post-birth, babies that are delivered. And then I know Governor Ralph Northam had a thing where he was talking, we'll keep the baby comfortable. And so this is what they say you lie about.
Yeah, they say that never happens.
Yeah, they say killing a baby after it's born, that never happens. It's a lie.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kermit Gosnell has actually been convicted for murder. This is extremely rare that this happens. It should happen every single day in America, but he's an abortionist convicted for murder in Pennsylvania because they proved in a court of law that he was committing infanticide. Children were surviving abortion attempts. He was severing their necks with scissors and killing these beautiful, precious children that he tried to kill before birth. But that one little technicality, the fact that they were born and then he killed them, made him a convicted murderer. For most abortionists in America, because of that technicality, they're celebrated as heroes because they commit their killing in utero instead of outside of the womb.
Gosnell wasn't very smart.
Yeah. He's he was a killer. Man. Yeah, can't even...
Yeah. I mean, I pray for his conversion, but the guy, I mean, that's the whole twisted part of all of this is we have all these abortionists who are lauded as heroes and who are setting up these killing centers in our own communities, in our churches, in our schools. And, because our law is so mindless, I mean, our law makes no sense. In one state, you can be convicted for murder if you kill a pregnant woman and kill her child as well. And then in the same state, you can, if you're the woman or if you're an abortionist, you can kill that baby and it's considered a human right. I mean, it's mindless.
So another one here. I put the same point twice on our list.
No, because that's partial.
Late term. Yeah,
late term. Like they'll say all
abortions are like super, like 21 weeks early, in or something or whatever, and they say late term never happens. It's just a propaganda point of the right, who want women to be in Handmaid's Tales outfits.
In the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, not according to the CDC. They say that there's thousands of late-term abortions every year in America. So, the facts are the facts. Well, I do say, what is this? Because the CDC, it does collect some numbers on abortion, but it doesn't force California or New York or other states to give the numbers. It's all if you feel like giving the numbers as a state, you can give your abortion numbers. So the numbers are much higher, more than the thousands that the CDC reports, which is horrible. But it's kind of insane that they do not require all the states to report their abortion numbers. I mean, it just shows that the cover up is at all levels of government about what's really happening in the abortion industry.
Some of these are a little more complicated, but we're going to get in the weeds now.
I don't understand them.
Okay, so this one says they are claiming that stricter abortion laws would criminalize miscarriages.
Oh, I see.
Some fear the new laws may lead to more widespread criminalization of miscarriages. There are about 1,000 cases to date of women whose miscarriages have been criminalized. Jezebel, reliable source, reported last month, Black women and low-income women are more likely to be arrested for these pregnancy-related charges.
Yeah, well, there's not a single law that a pro-life advocate, a real pro-life advocate, has put forth that criminalizes miscarriages. That's insane. So, I mean, I don't know much more to say about that. I think obviously enforcement is important, how it's done, and I think that each state needs to. Each state enforces how to investigate murder charges differently, and so that needs to be considered in each community. But at the end of the day, I think the abortionist should be the one who is investigated and charged, because they're the ones that are, making blood money off of these procedures. A lot of the women who seek abortions, they're afraid. There's a lot of coercion. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of mitigating factors. So I think the penalty should lie with the abortionist. Yeah,
I agree with that. They know what they're doing. I think there's plenty of women that are, they're in a moment of passion or a moment of, intense decision. A lot of times made probably very quickly, and philosophically they're not even thinking about it. I think that the doctor knows what they're getting themselves into and what they're doing.
For sure.
Fully.
Of course.